Doop, doop, doop. There we go. We are live.
I'm glad you're doing that.
All right. Yeah, I would not. So, we're going to just hang on for a few minutes while I get logged into the laptop, and Donna's going to just stand there and stare at the phone. You can just sit and relax. It's going to be a couple minutes because people have to get notifications on Facebook that we're live and on time. That's it. You can tell that I have company today because we're starting on time. So, and I am going to get logged in, and we can see who's here with us. Because did you watch yesterday's video?
Mm-mm.
Not yet? Okay. Because at the very end, I almost forgot to give people a heads up. I told them that you were going to be.
It's a good thing I came through then.
Yeah, it is. yeah. You'd make a fibber out of me. We'd just do it on another day. It's okay. Okay, so let me get my page reloaded here. And let's see. Give people a couple more minutes, but we do have a few people here. Let's see. Okay. So, Charlotte. Hello, Charlotte. Happy Friday to you too. And Elizabeth is here. Wait, Elizabeth, you usually type howdy from Arizona. Today it is howdy from Florida.
Elizabeth, wow.
Wow, from one hot place to another, huh? Fun. And Susan says hi from Everett. Hi, Susan. Let's see. Oh, it just jumped. Hang on one second. There we go. Oh, and Nona. Nona, it's good to see you today, Nona. And Diane. Hi, Diane. Happy Friday to you, too. Crystal.
Diane Clark?
No, Diane Nathan.
Hello.
Diane, where do you join us from? I think she's not from Washington. She's from, it's slipping my mind. I once she types it in, then I'll be like, oh yeah, now I remember. So, and fibber. I know, right, Crystal? I'm really using the harsh words today. So, hi, Karen. Hi, Veronica. Happy Friday to you, too. So, you guys, I'm actually kind of excited for today. Let me just adjust this just a little bit here so that we can get Donna all squared up. Let me see. Hang on. Get her straight, which would be nice. And so, can you put your finger like right here? I want to try and get you, there you go, so that you can, that'll be good. So that gives you mostly the white mat and to about the top of his head. So just if you kind of stay centered in the white mat, you'll be good. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Hang on. Yeah. That looks pretty good. Okay. If we need to move it, we can, but I think, yeah, if you get both sides all the way to both sides of the white mat.
Okay.
And then you lose a little down here and a little up here, but not too much.
Okay.
Okay. So, Diane. Yeah, now we have Diana Clark.
Oh, hi, yeah. Diana.
Hi, Diana. And hi, Stacy. Hi, you guys. So, so I have had a lot going on this last week. And so I called Donna, was it yesterday morning?
Yes.
So on my drive in, I was like, I have a brilliant idea. Can you come do a guest spot on Friday? And she's like, eek, what do you want me to do? I was like, I don't know, come up with something. So, so she did, and it's fabulous. I think you guys are going to love it. And if you guys like fun folds, Donna's going to show you one that is not super complicated, but very interesting. And run you through that, but you may want some a pen and paper if you want to take some notes, because there's a little bit of scoring and measuring, but nothing complicated, I don't think.
No.
And we're going to just kind of chill and relax, and she is going to be decorating with a couple of the new Elizabeth Crafts dies from the Annette Green release that I know quite a few of you guys have. Some of you guys have been looking at them. And so we're going to get to take a look at how some of those look when they are cut out. So And for those of you guys that are not familiar with Donna, this is her first time with me live. But Donna has been teaching at the store for, 12 years now?
This fall, 12.
12 years this fall. That is a long time that we have known each other.
Yes.
Yeah, and a long time that you have put up with my chaos.
Well, one thing I clarified before I started, I said, okay, today I'm Brooke, and Brooke is Brooklyn. So I get to tell Brooklyn what to do.
And that's kind of a nice thing to do.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so Donna gets to craft with a crafting assistant that'll actually, be right here. It'll be remarkable. So, and then also, Donna has been working on a very cool birthday card class that will hopefully be available in the store maybe next week.
I'm thinking next Wednesday.
Give or take. But don't hold her to that because we aren't putting any pressure on.
Well, since it was my goal was this past Wednesday and I didn't make it, surely I can by next Wednesday.
So, but she's working on trying to get this one other card done that's going to be pretty awesome.
If it works, yes, I think everyone will really like it.
Yeah. So today, we're going to give you guys just a little sneak peek of that class coming up. This is not all of the cards in the class. It's just some of the ones that she brought. And we're going to show you guys what little bonus is included with the class. Okay?
Ready?
Yeah. So we're going to do that first, and then we'll get started with the project.
Okay. So these are all birthday cards, and when I start a kit, I pick out the colors, and the colors I picked out was red, black, white, and gold. And by the third card, it was like, I've got a Disney theme going on here, and I didn't intend for that. So many of the cards have those theme colors.
But it's not a Disney theme like there's Mickey or anything.
Right.
It just so happens that if you had Disney fans in your life, they would love these cards. But they're not Disney really at all.
No,
yeah.
It's just the color theme. So the first one here, it's a flip card. And this was a lot of fun. And with each of the cards, you will get an envelope, and you'll do your own envelopes. And I have only done one envelope that I brought in today, and it goes with this card right here. And so it's got the paper on the flap, and you turn it over. I pulled the stars in from the card, and this is from a stamp set that I will show you when I get done here with showing you the cards. So anyway, this is the next one.
I love this one.
And this one here started off with, I think I can do it to the point where I had all these strings flying all over. So there is a little trick to it, and once you know the trick, it's pretty easy to do. But yeah.
Fun.
This is a fun one. Another one in the same color theme.
This is, you guys, we have talked about how much I love those giant sentiments from Lawn Fawn, because they just pull a card together. And so that is one of those, I think that one's maybe, 6 months from a release?
I think I got it in last year sometime.
Last year, yeah. Yeah, so I love these big sentiments. So,
and one of the things I frequently do is I put layers on my sentiments, and that gives it more dimension, and it really stands out. And then this one here, I was so excited when I saw this cupcake die. Because I like things like this.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is a cupcake and sentiment inside. But this die has everything you need except on the frosting at the top. I used Pink Fresh. Is it Pink Fresh? What was it?
Are you talking about these?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, I don't know if I mentioned that these were back in stock. So this die is going to be in stock in the store next week. And the cool thing about this die, so what's great is if you get the class, you get to play with the die cuts and see if you like it. But we will have the die available if you want to make more. But the way that it cuts it folds it at the perfect spot for a card fold for a cupcake that makes sense. It'll come with the cherry. It has the words. It has a candle. And then Donna gives you this quite generous little baggie of these gems from Paper Rose that are back in stock. So our first shipment from Paper Rose, these went crazy fast because they are so gorgeous. The price is fantastic at only $4.50, and they're really sparkly and flat back.
I don't want you to think you're getting the whole bag.
No, you're getting
a portion.
A generous sampling. Yeah.
I had no idea how many were in it till I started bagging them up, and I did not count them. I just put a generous amount in the bag.
Yep.
So anyway, that is the cupcake card, which would make a wonderful card for any season, really.
Yeah. And what I liked about the color scheme too with this one is a lot of times when we end up with cupcake themed things, there's pink in them. And so when Donna brought this in, I was like, oh my gosh, I love that color scheme because it can be perfect for everybody. So this is a little bit longer of a sneak peek than we were anticipating, but but there's probably 2 other cards in this.
There will be 2 other cards.
2 other cards. Yep. So sneak peek is real, that you don't get to see the whole thing because she's still got to finalize a couple things on the other one.
So very quickly, this is the stamp set that will come with it.
Yeah, but this, you guys, is what we're really excited about. So we have the exact number of stamps that Donna's going to make kits for, and that is it. This is a stamp set no longer available, but it is fantastic for decorating envelopes. So that will come as part of your kit. So not only will she give you some ideas to decorate the envelopes in your kit, but you will have the stamp set to then go crazy with. So,
and if you don't like what I've done, you've got plenty of ideas here.
Yep, but this will not be available individually. So if you want that stamp set, keep your eyes peeled for the class. Okay. Ready?
We ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Okay. So are you guys ready for some fun folds with Donna? Just checking if everybody's here. Thumbs up. Say heck yes. Let's rock and roll.
Okay. So this fun fold, I don't know what I want to call it. I call it the card with wings. And this was in a kit that I did in, I think it was February, and totally different colors. A kit that sold out really quickly, so I don't even have the sample anymore. But anyway, I just did this at home real quickly just to kind of show you what it looks like before we get going. So there are only 4 pieces of paper. And the 4 pieces of paper are 2 long pieces and 2 square pieces. So we're going to start now by, I'll tell you the measurements of the paper, and I will score and tell you where to score at. So let's get going. One of the things too with this that I found out is that this, very rarely will you ever hear me say, use a lightweight cardstock. I like heavy cardstock. But this is lightweight. And I found that when I do it, and it collapses, it lays so much nicer. With the heavy duty, that was the problem. You can burnish all you want, but heavy duty cardstock, it wouldn't lay as flat, so I went to a lightweight.
Yeah, it still stays a little bulky, and you've got a lot of folds in there. So, because each wing has 1, 2, 3 different folds. So, yeah.
But you'll see how easy this is too once we get going. So you can, if you have a little mini scoreboard, that works.
Okay, but first, so what we're going to do is Donna is going to write down the sizes of things as she goes along so that you guys, if you're taking notes, can kind of see. So the size of this paper is
4 1/4 by 8 1/4. And
okay.
And you need 2.
Okay.
2 pieces. So we're going to score this at 2 1/4, 4, and 6 1/4.
Perfect. And that's showing up great.
Okay. So the first one here, 2 1/4. 4, and 6 1/4.
And just a note about this. If you guys have, this one is like a really, it's an old discontinued one, but take a look if you have your scoreboards, because a lot of times, like on this one, it actually has the 1/4 inch marked by a dot, so you don't have to do a whole lot of counting of the lines and stuff like that. So depending on which scoreboard you actually have, take a look, because it may have information on there that'll make your life a lot easier.
It helps me.
Yep.
Okay, so the next piece, same thing. 2 1/4, 4, and 6 1/4. And before we go on, this is really, really important when we start to put this together. When you look at each end, one end is much smaller. Well, not much smaller, just a little bit smaller. So it's easy to see where they might look the same, but they don't. Mm-hmm. And that's key in putting this together. So the other 2 pieces are, which you'll need 2 pieces, and they're 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And that's all you need, other than the decorative paper that we'll be using. Okay?
That's easy.
Yep.
Yep.
So one thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to start to burnish. And I want you, when you do this at home, if you do it, is I want you to start from the short end.
Oh, can I say something?
Oh, yes, you can.
Okay. I want you guys to take some notes, because I actually would love it if you guys try this card, send me pictures, and then we're going to post them.
Oh, great.
Okay?
All right.
So, after she walks you through, you'll be able to rewatch it, because you'll have all the measurements.
Okay.
And then, so think about what kind of paper you want and all that kind of stuff as we go along, because I want to see what you guys can come up with this, because it's really fun.
So I'm starting with the shorter end, not the wider end. This is what I do all the time at home, and it was really important for this. I'm going to fold this over, but I like to butt it up against the end here and make sure it's lined up, and then I burnish. It just, because I found that this can really be off like just a fraction. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm butting this up. It's kind of like, a measuring tool for me.
Well, this is a good tip, because a lot of times when you cut your paper in a paper trimmer, it can have just a little bit of variation. We've noticed too that sometimes with the 12 by 12 paper, they can be off just a smidge too, because it might have shifted or something like that. Yes. So this is going to help you, even if your score lines were perfectly perpendicular. As the paper fibers bend and stuff, they can, alter exactly how straight it is. So I think that's a great tip.
Okay, so we did a valley, and this is a mountain. So I'm just flipping it over, lining it up here. So we've got one done. So now...
So let me just pause. So can you guys see? That's what you're going for in the shape. Okay? So give me a thumbs up or, a hello. We have a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
So she's going to fold the next one, but just let me know if everything's good with you guys so far, and she'll keep folding the second piece.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm doing the same thing.
Okay. I got a thumbs up from Veronica. Thank you.
Okay, I'm lining it up. And I started at the shorter end, or shorter width one. Got 2 valley folds. And now this is a mountain. I'm flipping it over so I have a good angle. Line it up, even, top, bottom, and there I've got it.
Awesome.
So now, this is where and I used glue. You could use score tape or something like that, but I find with this, wiggle room is really good. And here's a little hint. If you mark the middle, you can go to the middle, but I don't recommend it. And I have seen this on a number of YouTubes and that. I wouldn't do it that way. I have a new way of doing it. And if you do it my way, what will happen is these should line up where they're the equal distance from the end. So I'm taking, and when I first did this, it was so much fun. And then I went back to do another one to help someone who had bought the kit. And I had to stop and think. And it's so easy. But this, here's the short end, the valley and the valley. And I'm going to take one of my 4 1/4 pieces. And I am going to put the short end, the valley fold, and I'm going to line it up at the edge here. I will do the same thing. This is the short one here.
Can you tell me on, just for when we're looking, could you grab the ruler and tell me the short end versus the long end? Because they're pretty close, but that way we can just kind of see which one is which. Because it looks like the measurements are not perfectly even, right?
No, they're not.
Yeah.
So, whoops.
And Jamie said
2 1/4 is the big end.
2 1/4 is the big end.
This one I believe is 1 3/4. Let's see. 2. It's 2. 2 1/4 and 2.
Okay. So the end that we're going to be working on is
The short
the
one.
2-inch side. Okay. And okay, so Barb Cologne just joined us. She says, "Hi Donna, excited to see you demonstrating."
Oh, yes, I remember, Barb, our special session we had.
Barb got the special instruction on this one, so she's like an expert now. And then Jamie would like to know, are both folded the same, or is one flipped to make a mirror image?
They're both folded the same because at this point you can flip them upside down in that.
Good question. Good question, Jamie. Thank you.
Okay, so I am going to attach these. So I've got the short end. I keep saying short, but it's the shorter width. So that's all I'm going to
So
do.
can I just, for those of you guys, before you start gluing, hang on. Before you start gluing, one thing, if you tend to not be really spatially somebody who can just look at that and see, just take a little mark. Is this okay? Mm-hmm. And just do a little X on the side that you're going to be putting glue on. Mm-hmm. Because that may help you once you've done your measuring.
Yeah, yes, and it definitely will. So I'm just going to put some glue on this. And this is where you kind of feel like you're all thumbs when you're doing it. But this new way that I learned how to do it.
Nope.
Oh, I put it on the wrong end.
No. Like this.
No, I put it on the wrong thing.
No, you didn't.
Yes, didn't I?
Uh-uh.
Now I have to measure.
Nope, it's this one. But it goes like,
No,
it goes
no, not like that.
this way. Yeah. No, you got it on the right side.
No, I didn't, Brooke. 2.
You got it on the right side.
Well, I guess I need to.
So, isn't it great to be like, this is the beauty of
Yes,
life.
I
You
did.
Yep, here you go.
Panic.
Panic,
Okay, so
but you want the fold towards the inside.
and the difference here, you tend to want to do it where it goes out,
No,
but
other way.
upside
There you
down.
go.
So I'm going to line it up so that the fold is in the middle. That's the part that I think is it's just hard to remember that.
Because I've watched you almost put that fold to the outside.
I know.
3 times.
So it's to the inside.
And one of the things about glue, now we've been mucking around just a little bit while we had our minor panic, but one of the nice things about glue is that if you need to straighten up your edges just a little bit, you can wiggle it. This one, it was already too tacky, but it does give you that little bit of wiggle room, just in case, or in case you put it on with your fold on the outside.
True. All right, so now I will.
You want to measure and mark it?
Yeah, I do. Oh, and Jamie, so you were talking about, do I have to flip it over? I didn't have to. You don't have to. You will have, when you put this down, a space in the middle, and that's okay. To me, it's just easier to get it lined up.
Well, hi, Glenda. Glenda just tuned in and said, hi, Donna and Brooke.
Hello. So then, I am bringing this one to the edge, and it's wet glue now, so I can move it, which is nice. So this is where you have a little space, and that is okay. So this gets, remember how we did a valley fold? This and mountain, it just tucks in like this. And then we're ready to decorate. Thank you. Thank you. So we're ready now to do...
But, okay, so you guys, are you loving that? I mean, that was fast.
Oh, and here's one other thing you can do. Because you have lightweight paper, I put another piece on top for stability.
Because I want to show you guys, and this is why it's a good idea. So those little wings are pushing on that front piece, and so you can see it's starting to curve just a little bit. But as we get this, hi Barb, I knew you were just distracted by Donna being here because it's such a surprise. So that'll give you, you can keep going. I just talk and fill space, you know. So that gives you nice stability to help keep that straighter, but also we're going to decorate it too, so you'll get even more thickness.
All right.
Oh, easy. Love that.
4 pieces, you're ready to go in the decorating.
Now let me ask you a question. What size is it now when it folds closed?
A2.
Fantastic.
A2. It'll fit in an A2 envelope.
Great.
Yeah, because this is 4 1/4, and then this is 4 1/4, and then you add on 1/2 inch or so. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. All right. So we are going to, there's a number of things we're going to do, and we need your help with it, your opinion. We're going to decorate.
So we want to start with that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a couple sheets of paper here. We're going to do something in the blue.
Yeah, Donna and I kind of walked around the store, and we thought she did one in purple so you could see how it looks. And then the paper from 49 and Market from the Inkwell line is so striking that we are going to, that's what we chose to work with, because it'll be like that deep, beautiful blue and white. I think it's going to be gorgeous. Okay.
So you have an option too. Do you want the paper to come down 1/8 of an inch, or do you want it to go all the way to the top?
I like the frame.
The frame?
Yeah, because I think that'll help set off that vibrant color.
All right, so the most important thing when picking out the paper for this, only because we're using a doily.
Yep. So last week on Friday we used the large doilies, and we used them as a mask for the polishes. So today, Donna is going to be using the small doilies, because these two, both the small and the large, they're slightly different sizes, but they are incredibly versatile for crafting. So we're going to work that one into today's card. And a couple other die sets too. So
okay, so should we ask which doily they want me to use? Or
do you want, or did you pick already?
Well, I cut extras of this one, the one I used that I intended for this.
Here's what I think. I think let's do the paper.
Okay.
And then
decide.
We can decide on the doily.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we look at the paper, this center panel, because we're using a doily, needs to be light in color. It can't be busy.
No, okay, but those are two different things. Does it need to be light in color, or does it need to be not busy? Because see, this...
No, it just needs to be not busy.
Right, because the doily on here is dynamic. Yeah. So if you wanted the front panel to be this, you just don't want to pick it here. Right. Although that probably stands out relatively well, as you know. But so not busy, but it can be really any color, and a little bit of pattern I think is going to be nice. Yeah.
So there's 3 things that we need. We need the center panel and the 2 end panels, and then these 2, even though you don't see them much, you kind of do if you want to pull it out a little bit. But it is something that I do like to put paper in there. So we're looking at picking out, and it could be 3 from these. It could be 1 for this, a different one for the ends, and then for the inner panels. So I'll show you the paper here.
So I think let's try. I have because you did okay, so I just kind of want to see how this is going to look. So on this particular one, you did matching paper when it was closed. So it's very consistent looking this way. And then when you open it, you get that little pop of extra design. But, and you can tell me no, okay, because you kind of know where this is going. But what if we picked a panel for here, but because there are so many beautiful florals, what if we actually took, for the inside panels, and did a 2-panel floral so that when it opened, it actually had like more of a scene on the wings. Mm-hmm. How would that work?
That would work.
Okay.
And you're talking about the inner panel.
I'm talking about both.
Both of them?
So when we cut...
Well, the only thing is you, because we're going to use this border, we don't want to lose it.
But I think it might stand out. Well, let's try it. Because we can always change it. We won't glue anything down. We'll just do... because I think it is going to be gorgeous to be able to open it up and have these beautiful, like almost a floral scene.
Is this where I can tell you what to cut?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we'll cut the middle panel first.
But you have to tell me what paper and where you want it from.
4 1/8 by 4 1/8.
Okay.
And
see, now this is not one of the benefits offered by the director as the crafting assistant. Because you will not get a 4 1/8 by 4 1/8.
Wow, that's even pretty.
I know.
They're all pretty. The dark is really pretty.
I
like
so.
the dark.
Okay, so what if we go with the dark, and then on the outside panels we go with this florals?
Yep.
I think, and then we give it 1/8 of an inch, which brings that white. That's going to really celebrate that color.
Okay.
Okay, so let me do this real quick. So do you want it from this panel here, or do you want it from the darker part?
Boy, I don't think it really. I think up there would be good.
I think so too. You have the small trimmer, right?
I do.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you actually a panel that's a little bit longer, but that's for, that way you can kind of pick and choose where you want it to come from.
Okay.
Okay. There you go.
All right, and I'll be right with you in a moment.
Oh, you can decide on the thing there.
Oh.
Because you've got
Okay.
your base.
So when I was looking at this, I kind of like the fact that it has just a few.
But now,
little...
okay, hang on. If you go this direction, your writing is sideways.
Oh.
But if you go this direction,
I think we need to
upside
have
down. But there you go. But I like the dots on there too.
Yeah. So I think we'll cut this right here.
You want to just use that guy? So we're cutting this. Crystal says relinquishing control, not one of my strong suits. I'm trying.
And my first time, I welcome her help.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I did say surprise me with the project, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that looks good.
I think that looks great.
So, we've got the center. We know what we're going to do there. I'm going to go ahead
I have
and
another idea, even though I'm supposed to not be in control. Per Crystal's recommendation.
Crystal is observant.
I know she is. She's known me for a while. Okay, so what if, Donna, we have our card base, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if, just because we're still trying to decide, if you use, this is the repositionable adhesive.
Oh, okay.
So what if we just kind of tack that to the base that we've already put together? Is that the base? It's folded funny.
Oh, it's because I have one of the little wings going the wrong way.
It's like, wait, it's not the right size.
There we go.
The panel measurements, Susan, the one piece that I just cut, that is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. Where did our other sticky go? Did you take it off the pad?
It's right here.
Oh, okay. So that's that one. Let me, okay, so front panel. I'm writing this so that you guys can see it. 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. Okay. So we're just going to use the repositionable to kind of put it on so that we can kind of decide, since we don't fully know.
Just,
you can use as much as you want. It doesn't really matter. It rubs off. Have you used this stuff before?
oh.
Oh, okay. I got to pause. Hold on. Okay, so this is I threw Donna a curveball, it seems. This is one of my favorite tricks when you're trying to figure out how to decorate a card. So this is the Dotto, and it is a repositionable adhesive. So you can just roll it right on, and we can stick it on your card. Now, when I want to take it off, let's say I totally switch and I don't want to use this anymore, or, you know, I have to go back to here. This just rubs right off, okay? So it isn't a permanent adhesive. It's just to hold it while we're in the planning stages and the lining up stages and that kind of a thing. So that way it gives us the freedom to change our mind that glue and other adhesives don't, which we may need at this point. So if you guys are card makers and you like to kind of try things out before you commit, this adhesive it's a must-have. I've had it in my stash forever.
Is it in the store now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's and it's been around for a really, really long time. It's this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So
I guess I need one.
Surprise.
All right, so we've got that.
Okay.
And
tell me what size you need the next ones.
well, if the
4 1/8 tall, I'm guessing.
um
Here, I'll just slice it.
4 1/8 by,
And then what I can do is I can slice it 4 1/8, and then you can just use the
Finish
little
it.
trimmer to cut
Okay.
what you need. I had to measure twice, cut once.
yeah.
So this is
the end panel,
okay.
and I'm cutting it at 2 3/8.
Okay. I'm writing this down for you guys. End panel is 2 3/8 by,
Just a second.
she's gonna just check. We're looking at this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah,
that's,
that's it.
how wide is this one?
2 1/4.
No, you need it 2 1/8.
2 1/8.
Yeah.
2 1/8.
So the other thing, if you guys want to do, if you guys want to make these cards, but you want to make yourself a like a template just to keep, to make it easy as you keep going, what you can do is you can actually just write on here. I'm not gonna, I probably shouldn't do it, but well, I'm going to anyways. So, and this is what I do whenever I'm making like folded books or anything like that. If I know I'm gluing something on here, I will just write 2 1/8 by 4 1/8. That way when I go to cut stuff, I don't have to reinvent my math, and I'm less likely to miscut.
This is pretty.
Mm-hmm. And so then what Donna did is, what we did is we took from the 12-inch paper, we just cut a big long 12-inch by 4 1/8 inch strip, and then she just chopped a little bit and a little bit so that, wait a minute, maybe she did. Hold on. Let me see this.
Oh,
Did you do it from the other end?
I did this end. We're doing the ends.
No. Well, okay, wait a minute. Hold on, you guys. What I wanted was...
Oh, it's upside down there, isn't it?
Where? Oh, okay. Hold on. Hang on a minute. What I was anticipating, this is why we are using, let me see. These join like this.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, this will be upside down, but we can just change the measurements. But what I was anticipating is that this panel would look like.
Then I'll cut this down here.
Yeah, but I think we need to actually cut this one probably, because this is going to be upside down to this panel. Oh, actually this panel can just flip around.
Yeah.
Because, well, see, that's what I was thinking. So that when it opened, you have a beautiful floral panel.
Okay. So we can have this one be the first one.
Yeah. Although this one's more striking.
Well,
I guess it doesn't matter, though.
yeah.
It really doesn't matter. It's like so pretty.
Now I'm going to cut this one down too.
So, okay, so let's, while she's cutting, go ahead and measure that.
I should get a decent root. I should say decent
okay.
root.
So what I want to talk to you guys about is, so this was my vision, which is what threw Donna off, because it's not how she, and Susan says, "Shut up, Brooke." Well, at least I heard Susan say, "Shut up, Brooke." It's in the subtitles. But okay, after I explain this, then I will let Donna go crazy and she can do whatever she wants.
I think it's 1 5/8 there. I'm gonna
Okay,
cut that.
she's gonna cut it. So, but I just want to talk to you guys, because if you're doing a panel like this where you want the pattern to be continuous, you cut the pieces from the same end and you just cut the measurements as you go along. And then you'll just have this nice little divide in the middle of the pattern, but the pattern will be continuous to give you an entire scene. Okay, that's what I was thinking was going to happen, but then I didn't communicate that well, which is, there you go. That's what I was thinking. See how it looks like a whole picture?
Yeah.
But now
We could put it over here.
well, you have a whole nother side,
Okay.
and this can just flip upside
All right.
down.
So I'm going to start with the big one over here.
Yep.
What was that?
What was the measurement on this one?
This one here, 1 and I wrote it down. 5/8.
1 5/8. Okay. Sorry, I'm not so good at writing upside down, but why don't you bring the trimmer here onto the camera, because then they can kind of see how this works. So the first panel we're going to do is the 2 1/8.
Oh, that slipped.
Okay, and then you just slide that off to the side, and then you'll just stick it right back in and cut from that same side. There you go.
I can't see.
I know
this.
it's
I have
hard.
to move it.
Yeah, it's okay. You can move it now. I just wanted them to see how we were cutting the paper. I'll just keep reading Susan's comment. I know I'm supposed to be shutting up. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like that side.
Mm-hmm. Are they going the same direction? No.
No.
That won't work. We might have to recut.
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
hold on. So no worries. Okay. You guys, this is the fun part of crafting live. It's a lot easier to figure all this stuff out when Brooke isn't talking to you at the same time. So let me just tell you guys, the thing with 49 and Market is they have this super, super subtle pattern in the back that you kind of have to keep your eye out. Now, so what's happened is we love this side, and it's cut the direction we want it to be, right? So now, what's happened is we have this one and it's reading the other direction. Is that correct? Because this one, where's the bottom of these words? I think the bottom of the words is facing me and the bottom of these words is facing you. Is that right?
It's going the right way facing me.
Yeah. And then this one you read upside down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, that being said, but this one, look, it does not have any text on it. See that?
Mm-hmm.
So, but this piece is the continuation of that one.
Okay.
So we can just cut it. Let's make sure. Wait a minute. Which way do we want these to go? This one has to go this way. We want to keep this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if we turn, okay, we still got this. Hold on. What if we turn this one this way? And does that one go that way? I just need to see where this one, okay, we've got it, Donna. Does this one go there? No.
No, I think it goes up with this one, doesn't it?
Where does
This
paper
way?
go?
No.
Hold on.
We have to get a sheet of paper and look at it.
I'm going to move this out of the way so we've got a little bit more room. Okay, so what we have is this piece, which is here, right?
It's here on this.
Oh, yeah, like this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then
This one is next to it.
is next to it. Okay, but we actually need it to be, we need it to go this direction. Paper-wise, right?
Well, the writing then,
Is this writing the right way to you? It is. And that would put the writing this way to you. On this one.
so this is the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because this can flip because that's square. So if this guy is here, this seems right, Donna.
It is.
How did we get him on upside down before?
I don't know.
Is this one going the right way? It looks like it is.
Gotta look at it closer. Yes, this is the right way. Yeah, they're okay now.
Okay, and then we'll just move this one this way.
Mm-hmm.
And now, is anybody doubting the power of temporary adhesive?
All right.
So Jamie has a good point. She says she wants the Dotto, don't get me wrong, but she had a vision of herself forgetting to change to permanent adhesive. Here's the reason you won't, Jamie, because you don't put enough temporary to actually tack it down, just enough to hold it in place. So you will not look at this card and be like, hey, I'm done, right? Because all the pieces are falling off like a wet Band-Aid. So, okay. So, and Susan says, thank you for the measurements. And she says, ta-da. And that is how we feel. Okay.
Right.
So now, even though the temporary is on there, you can just go ahead and glue.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to wipe it off. Well, and yes, so Jamie says both fabric and paper that have a directional pattern can be a real pain. And the thing is it's usually a lot easier, but this one is so subtle. And also, I am a bit of a Budinsky, so, and I'm upside down. So, you know, so, and this is for you, Veronica. This is the measurements for the white paper, okay? And then this one here is the measurement for the decorative panels. So this is your front panel. That's the square one. That's easy to change direction of, thank goodness. And then these are the 2 measurements of the end panels. So now, Barb, who is an expert at this card, are you crafting along with us, Barb?
She didn't know what we were going to do, I think.
No, but you know, we've mucked around long enough that people could have easily cut and scored and gone up with us.
This is how I work at home.
Yeah, absolutely. This is me too. Yeah. It's just, it's different when it's live because then you have people like staring at you too.
That's what I was worried about.
She says, no, I'm not, but she may make one tomorrow. I think this is going to be stunning in these colors.
I do too.
Yeah. Well, and I think with a card like this, practice makes perfect, right? So you make 1 or 2, the first 1 or 2, you might have to, you know, flop things around like we're doing, but then after 1 or 2, I think you'll get it, and it'll just come together really quick.
And decorating is the fun part.
Yeah. And Barb says she totally loved this folded card. Such a fun fold card. Absolutely. And I think it is a really interesting one in the fact that it then becomes like a A2 when you're all done with all the math. And it's great for people that don't love math that the math is done for you. And just works out like magic. She says, Barb says I totally love this folded card. Such a fun fold card now that I know how to assemble it. And actually, Barb, this is going to be great for you because although you did get, you know, a little more specialized assistance from Donna, now we have this on this video too, so you can go back and review.
Barb contacted me in frustration.
Yeah.
So I did.
Well, she came in here in frustration. And yeah. Like, I got no idea.
So we met. I guess people didn't know I make a house call. I really don't. But we work it out. There it is.
Oh. So now I've got to ask, since I, you know, put my 2 cents worth of design, do you like the panels that pull out with the design like that? Or no? It's different.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were waiting for everyone else to reply. I like it. I like it.
So here's what's cool. If you pull this out, this is great, you guys, because you can do it either way, and you get a little bit different look, but it's still similar. And if you just have scraps of paper that sort of go with another paper, this is going to be a nice way to go, too, because then you can sort of fill in as you go. Okay, I'm going to let you keep going.
All right. So I think our next step that we're going to do is the borders, and then we'll do the doily in the middle. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, with this one I did at home this afternoon, I used this one here.
Did I just spray you with juice?
No, I didn't feel anything. They're safe.
Who lets me be out in public?
So I use this one here. Mm-hmm. This one. You can see it there. Do you want to try a different one? Yeah.
So you guys, this is when we did the pre-order on the Elizabeth Crafts. This was one that was really, really popular because it is lace border die, but they're long, so you can actually use them on different cards. And so this is what one of them looks like, and that's really pretty, but I think we should use another one.
Yeah. See what it's like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do I just pick it, Brooke?
Sure.
Okay. Maybe this one here? No, this one.
Or we can use the same one. It's fine. either way, that one looks, I like that one though. Let's try that one. And you know, sometimes when you have dies like these, you just need to cut it. Do you want it out of that same white, or do you want it out of a different white?
Do you want white or do you want the dark blue?
I think maybe white because it'll pop.
Let's see, I brought some paper.
That'll work. Thank you. Is this isn't the same though?
No, it's
Oh,
not.
okay.
I use, I like to use heavy duty when I do the borders.
Okay. And you know, if it were me, I would probably throw a little adhesive on the back before we die cut it. But
And I'm going to tell you one more thing when you make these. Generally speaking, it is better to put the border on before you put the panel down. So, because it's always challenging then. Because I like it to come just to the bottom of where the paper is.
and you know what? Had we decided that, we still could have done this whole thing because of the temporary adhesive.
Yeah. But anyway, I forgot.
That's all right. No worries.
Do
We are
this.
crafting with friends right now. Let's see. Yeah.
And you can
Ooh,
see
that one is
how
pretty.
this comes out of the die just with like very little pieces of paper attached. So I'm just going to hold it up two ways, one open and one closed. So I would probably put it over. Now you have your choice. You can leave a little bit of the blue, the paper, and then put it there. And when you open it,
Boy, that is pretty on there.
yeah,
Woo!
I'll hold this side up too. Yeah, it's very pretty.
Jamie has a good suggestion. She says cut both white and dark blue borders and see which is better.
Oh, okay.
And I would say normally we would do that, but for today we're gonna go with white because we want to eventually like finish our card.
Yeah.
But if we were crafting at home, like, you know, regular, we absolutely would do that. That's a good idea. Let's move just a little. I hope that didn't pop it out. Nope, it's just fine. Do you want a release sheet to tap the glue on the backside?
Probably, yes. And I'm trying to...
I think I saw I had one up here.
So what I'm looking at now is because the paper's already down, it's a little trickier. So I'm trying to get it so that it'll be even at the top where it starts and the bottom, so it won't, and that can be a little tricky.
Oh, I have an idea. Oh,
What?
if you grab, how long is that panel? It's 4 1/8.
Yes.
Okay. If you use this ruler,
Oh, centering ruler.
you've got it. So, do you guys know how to use the centering ruler? If not, we can, while she's doing it, I can kind of yabber through it.
Well, I just guess maybe I've never done it with, I've only measured things.
Okay, so this is good. Let's talk about this. So, to use the centering ruler, because what she's trying to do is find out where they're going to match, right? Where they kind of, so what I would do is I would just find, like, you have a 0 right here, and then because this is 4 1/8, you know you're going to approximately 2 1/16, but for ease you can cut it at 2 1/8 and then cut each one down. So you could cut right here on both of them. You could make a little mark at that, and then you know that you're going to be perfectly centered. Does that make sense?
Does to me.
Okay. So because it's 4 1/8, okay?
Can we turn it over if you're going to mark it?
Yeah, well, you were going to cut it off anyways. So, yeah. So, because it's 4 1/8, which makes the half mark of that a 16th, which is kind of small, what you can do, Donna has put a divot, like this, a center part, right at the 0, because that'll be easy. And then just a little bit longer of what we're going to cut is 2 1/8. So I'll mark it right there. And then we will mark it right here. And then if you were to cut at both of those ink marks, it'll still be perfectly centered. It'll be just a little bit long, and then you can trim it down just a little.
Okay, I'm going to use the trimmer on that.
Yeah. Did that make sense for everybody? I hope so.
It worked.
It works pretty good, yeah. Elizabeth, yes. So Elizabeth's question is, can you glue it on and then trim it off with scissors?
You could if you didn't have it already attached.
Yes. So, if you had done the temporary adhesive situation, and then we went to go grab the doily, the lace border, and put it on the panel, and then trimmed it off, and then glued it down. But right now, we're in the situation where these have already been liquid glued down, so we got to kind of work with things just a little bit.
Okay, and this is where I have to take 1/8 of an inch off of each end.
No. A 16th.
I mean a 16th.
Yeah. So, and you want to just do it, and that's because I was using marks to give you just a little bit extra, and then you can kind of wiggle room it around. So you could use your scissors, or you could use the trimmer for just a micro trim. Okay, so while Donna is working on those, I'm going to talk to you guys about, I'm going to move her off to the side just a little. She's got one on each side she's going to do, okay? So now, this is where we need your input, because Donna and I were chatting about it and we're not sure. So this is the set of sentiment dies from Elizabeth Crafts. And these are a fabulous sized sentiment, mix and match sentiment dies for use with the doily and for a card like this one. So given that we have, you guys are kind of seeing where this is going to go, we're using this stunning inkwell paper, and we're going to have that doily. This sentiment is going to be in the doily. What sentiment do you feel would go really well with this card? Okay. So if you guys can just give us maybe a heads up on what you are voting for. Let's hold him here for a second. Well, because she's just working on the... Okay, so Veronica thinks Thinking of You. Does anybody else have any opinions out there, or do you like that one? Oh, Nona says Thinking of You. Okay. Ah, that's a good question. Jamie says Thinking of You, but Elizabeth says, does Happy Birthday fit in the doily? So I'm going to show you guys, because a little bit before the video, well, Donna's still gluing, so, you know, this is really nice for me to be able to just, like, chitter-chatter. Okay, I don't know where that other piece went, though, because we cut those gray ones. That's all right. So what we did is we have this little doily, and then this, don't worry about it, it's no big deal. I got to recut it in a different color anyways. So what we did is this sentiment set has both the words and the borders, but the borders are not super big around the sentiments. So we actually cut happy and, oh, I found it. Okay, so we cut just the shadow piece and put it in with the doily so that we could see how it fit. This is a good question. It looks like everybody's voting thinking of you, but we just kind of wanted to make sure things would fit. So that is how the size breaks down for how happy birthday fits in there. So thinking of you is probably going to be beautiful too. Okay. And then let's talk a little bit while Donna's still gluing about the difference between this one and the one. So the one we worked with on Friday was the large doilies. And so you did the 2 big doilies, and that one's $17.99. It's a great price on this. This one cuts the center out, okay? So it just comes like that. That's how this one goes. Now the small doilies, size-wise, you can kind of see here the difference, okay? The small doilies can be either solid doilies, or you can use these nested circles right here to cut the centers out. So you can have them have the centers cut out like these guys or be solid. And so today, Donna's design has it so that that center is cut out and gives us a little bit more of a spot. But either way would look really good, I think, with the sentiment. So that's the difference between those 2 doily dies. And so, but they're both $17.99, which is fantastic. Okay.
Okay, and here are the borders.
Oh.
Yeah, I like it.
Do you like it?
I do.
It's really striking.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now, do you want to just use this one? It says, do you think those 2 go, or do we need to pick a different doily? You made it. I think you wanted this doily with that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'd be better.
Yep.
Okay. And I think that there's paper there. Are we doing a hole in the middle?
Do you want the hole in the middle?
Yeah. Can we see how it is with no hole and then maybe put the hole in?
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
Actually, when I first cut it today, I just did a hole and didn't think about it.
You were like, wait, I have options.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody's voted thinking of you. So
Yeah.
could you pop those dies out? Can you hand me that little piece of tape on the stand for the camera? Perfect. Thank you. So there's one, and I've got the solid doily. So do you think that's going to fit? Thinking of you?
Well, I'm looking for the...
I think it'll be pretty.
I think it will be, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think we need the hole. You know why? Because if we cut these... Are we cutting these with white?
Well, that's kind of the next... Here's what I thought. Okay, so you've got this one. Okay, you've got this one. And then let me have this and this. I've got kind of an idea. Can I have the little scissors? Thank you. about that? Because that gives us kind of a middle ground.
Yeah, let's try that.
You want to run this through on the sidekick?
I can. And there's
Give us a moment here, my friends. We will take a
we're working on
temporary
it.
pause. We're just trying to decide the color scheme. So if you guys are voting on what you think the words should be, color-wise, then I will read them in a moment because we haven't, because I'm over here at the die cut machine. So give me 1 second. So since you have that shadow, why don't you try and lay it out with both of the options of the doily? I'm coming with this word here just a second.
Okay.
And see what you like, how it stands out.
Did you cut the word thinking?
I'm working on it right now. Because we might want it in white, we might want it in dark blue. It's what I was thinking.
Might be too much white.
I think that's a lot of white.
I think it is.
I think we lose the beauty of the blue.
I like it better with a hole in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But do you like that color of the background? Let me tell
the
you,
blue?
Yeah. So this is my rationale, and then you can decide if you like it. So I thought if we go with the one with the hole in it, right? Then if we went with a white background, because this word is so long, it's going to be white on white.
Mm-hmm.
If we went with a dark blue, it would be dark blue on dark blue. So I picked a part of the paper that was somewhere in the middle that tied in the colors from out here. And then when you put this on, it still stands out really nicely. But it has a differentiation of all the colors that it's right up against.
I personally think that in between blue is better.
Do you like that color?
I do.
Okay, I'll cut the other shadows. And so one thing that's great is being able to use this kind of in-between blue means you can use a part that's kind of a leftover little scrap for your words. But also, because of how this set of dies lays out, and you don't see very much of that shadow, it's okay if the words aren't going the exact perfect direction because you really won't see much of it. So that's kind of something to, keep in mind too, is that while we struggled with direction at that one part where you'd see big portions of it, this one you won't. So you're in the clear.
Oh, we need the dots for the eye.
I've got it.
Okay.
Ooh, just fill out. How about gems? How do you feel about
Gems are better. They're quicker. Those little dots on the eyes are hard.
They were in the paper, but then I see they went somewhere else. Okay, so there is your... This is a really nice sized set of sentiments.
It is
And they
nice.
cut really nice, which I haven't used too many of their sentiment dies because I use a lot of those mini expressions, but I have to say I'm pretty happy with.
I like the shadow dies.
Yeah.
Sentiments.
And I like this one because the shadow is small.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that touch of color, but...
I'm trying to remember now which is right side up.
Here, oh, well, let's just...
I think you've got it that way.
Yeah, I think it should be this way.
It is.
Yeah. Well, so Elizabeth says try with no background or shadow. But the problem with that is that, one, we cut all the words in white and the thinking is a little bit long, plus she's already glued it down. So I do see that I saw your message a little bit late, so you'll just have to imagine.
It is an option sometimes.
With that option, yeah. And you know, when you're crafting at home, like just crafting, you can try all the options. Sometimes it's hard to try everything that you would want to try live because, you know, the video will then go on and on and on and on. So, so while Donna is finishing that up, because we're running, we're at 5, it's 5:16. So she's going to finish gluing that so that you guys can see what the final thing looks like. I'm going to do a quick recap of some of the things that we covered today. So if you want any of these things for your crafting, if you haven't gotten them already, you can grab them, okay? So, the 2 doilies. Now, the doily we're using today is, I'm just going to move this just a little bit over here. We're going to be efficient while she's gluing. So the doilies we're using today is the small doilies that you can cut the center out or leave it. And so that one is $17.99. And then the large doily that we used on, that's the one we used Friday, but could also work in a situation like this, but it's a little bit bigger of a doily. That one is $17.99. And then the words, let me go. So the words are awesome. I mean, you get so many dies in here for $22.99, and they cut beautifully, okay? And all those things are in stock. Let's see, this was one of the things too that just came back in. So that's the Paper Rose shaker mix of gems, and this is one we were talking about during Donna's quick preview of the do you want that on foam?
I think foam would be better.
In the, see that little set of white drawers? The top drawer should have foam lines. Yeah. So we do have these back in stock. So if you either need them or want them, they're only $4.50, and it's gobs in here. And then the other one, because I know a lot of you guys have this already. This is one of the best interactive dies for the price. It is $11.99, and many months ago, we did this one on one of the videos, and this is with that Mintay paper and their 3x4 cut apart so that you could see how easy it is to put together. This is one of the ones featured in Donna's class, but we have this die if you'd also like to recreate this kind of a card right here. So even though, I'm just telling you guys, because even though it has this monster thing on it, that's a little bit because it came out at the Halloween time, but the packaging is a little, what's the word? Distracting from how cool the die actually is. So, and then keep your eyes peeled for next week, because that's when we will have more information on the new class coming. So do you guys have any questions about, while she's just finishing up so you can see the finished card, do you have any questions about how things went together today, or the possibility of Brooke ever stop talking?
I just want to know, did I pass?
Oh, you did great. Yeah. Did I?
You did great.
I'm not as good at, you know. I'm used to Brooklyn too, who, like, if he's crafting, doesn't always know which end is up. So. And you didn't spill any black paint all over. I mean, it was pretty successful as far as I'm concerned.
Good.
Yeah.
I have to lay it in here just to see what I like. I think this color blue is really good.
I think that was, yeah. Because it stands out no matter which part it's on.
I know.
Yeah. But that's the really fun part about 49 and Market is they have so many shades in each paper. It's pretty fun. I think, yeah.
Looks better.
Let's finish gluing it after we turn off.
Okay.
Yeah, we can just finish. So you guys, how do you like it? Is that awesome? Oh, we'll add some gems too, but we can do that later. Do you guys love that? And then, ba-bum.
Yes.
That is a stunning color combo. So, oh, Susan says with flying colors, Donna.
Oh, thank
With
you, Susan.
Flying colors.
Thank you.
So, you guys, thank you for joining us today. And huge thank you to Donna.
Thank you.
Who came with an idea, so took the load off of me, and actually really fun.
If it's fun folds, I love fun folds.
Yes.
I'll come back anytime.
And if it's math, I love math.
And
so,
I like math too.
Yep. So anyways, thank you guys. Have a great weekend, and we will talk to you all soon. Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye.